Normal house. Normal house with a cone? What? Why is there a traffic cone in the kitchen? Because we did some floor repairs today. Travertine tile was chipped, and this was a nasty chip that was there when he got the house. Last week was warm. I was wearing shorts and not long pants and socks, and I stubbed my toe in this chip a couple of times. It was bugging me. So I picked up a product after a little bit of research online called Stone Pro Traverfill, made for travertine tile floors. Not necessarily anything quite this large, more so just natural, pitting and small holes in the floor, but seemingly this worked. It's my first time doing anything like this. It's not completely flush with the rest of it. I already kind of went past the directions and way overpiled it. They said 5 to 10 minutes drying time. I let that sit 2 hours and then took a sponge to it, but that wasn't enough time. So there's still a bit of a lip, but this isn't going to catch you anymore. And it does seem dry to the touch, though I'm going to leave the cone on there until tomorrow morning just so we don't step in it and smash it down too much. Kenan was here for dinner. He just headed back. It is 10:37. These weekends, I can't snap with my left fingers, never have been able to, but these weekends fly by in seconds. Today was a total chores day. This morning I slept in until 7:47 actually. Woke up, did 6 vlogs. I'm up to date, which feels good. I caught up on 2 weeks. Then I got up, took a shower, came down here, went out, mowed the lawn. There's a bunch of dead palm fronds that fell out of the trees from some wind and rain in the last few weeks. So those trees are so high now, we have to hire somebody to come in and actually climb up in the trees and cut them off. And we don't have ladders high enough, it's not safe. Anyways, I grabbed the ones that were so low I could just grab and swing on for a minute until they fell off. You don't realize how huge those are until they come out of the tree. They're like 14 to 20 feet long. And we don't have a chainsaw. It's like a hand saw and then some clippers, hand actuated clippers. So I took like 90 minutes this afternoon and cut those up into as small of pieces as I could to put in our green organic waste trash can. Isn't that fun? And I came in here, I worked on the floor for a while. I worked on the 540. It got misted yesterday and was just covered in pollen. There's so much pollen at the shop right now as spring hits early. So I gave that a nice wipe down, wheels, tires, normal stuff. Didn't get to the interior, but it's not bad. And then Kenan came out for dinner. We did a little grocery shopping, had some ribeyes, garlic bread, mashed potatoes, and salad tonight. That was delicious as always. Listen to some music. He's on his way home. We're putting the weekend to bed. We've got a real short week this week. Wednesday, we fly out to Jacksonville for the Amelia Island Concord, one of my favorite weekends of the entire year. And this year, we're doing the flights right. So there's no such thing as a San Diego to Jacksonville direct. It doesn't exist. I'm a United customer and prefer building miles and status with United when I can. I feel like they treat me right, so I'll give them my business, even if it costs a little bit more. One of the only domestic wide-body flights that you can take in the United States right now is San Diego to Washington Dulles on United on a 777-200. And I've done this a couple of times now, and I'm nerdy enough with airplanes. I look up the tail numbers, I look at the registration, how old is this aircraft, what routes does it service, what's the history of it. And the last time I took that flight was to Jeff and Sasha's wedding in Boston last fall, and I looked up the tail number, it's N777UA, and I thought, that can't be a coincidence, N777UA United Airlines. So I Googled that. It's the first commercial 777 sold. Manufactured. It's the very first one, like 1995, 7, 9, something like that. 777's a fairly new aircraft, but that was the first one. It's just a 200. It's a domestically configured 200, so it's the highest density. It actually carries more passengers than any other aircraft owned by an American carrier. We don't have 747s or A380s over here, so it's 777-300ERs, it's 787-10 Dreamliners, it's A350-1000 or 900s, I think. American has some A350-9s. Having said that, you don't want to be in the back of that. I mean, it'll feel like a 737-800 or any other next gen as a rear seat, pure economy class passenger. But if you're able to get into economy plus, obviously first, they're not Polaris first, but they're first, or an exit row seat, now all of a sudden, you're going across the country on a wide body. It feels like you're going to Europe or Asia or something. You have room, it's quiet. That's the way to get to the East Coast. So fly out to Dulles, down to Jacksonville on a MAX 8 or a MAX 9, something like that. normal Wednesday through Monday this year, as we've normally done. We have a couple new guys this year. A couple of guys couldn't make it, unfortunately, but it's going to be a great group, great weekend. Very much look forward to it. But we'll put tonight to bed, put this weekend to bed. Talk to you tomorrow on March 3rd. Good night.